Guys, because the Witte does not open until 10 a.m. I'm here. My favorite spot to start is always the front hall, where we're getting reminded of a law of superpositioning. And we can see that although we're normally only able to see the very surface of these structures, of the land masses, as we travel deep down in a canyon, we get to see those layers that could be 108 million years ago. And this is kind of the geologic scale that shows some of the organisms that are fossilized in various layers. Some of those Cretaceous fossils are ones that we can find if we go on a tour, even to our canyon region here at the Canyon Lake Gorge. I've done field trips there before and actually could find these Glen Rose formations. They're single-celled foraminifera. But we have all kinds of cool organisms, including some of my favorite, the ammonite, that we have here. That's that largest fossil you see in this view. But this is considered the Texas deep time, and there's lots of fossil evidence that they replicate in order for us to discover things. I always am fascinated by the replicas of dinosaurs. Even here we have the, and I'm not sure how to pronounce this, but Quetzalcoatlus northropi. Here we have a winged ancient organism. So how did it move around on the ground? Fossil footprints show that these pterosaurs, like the Quetzalcoatlus, folded their wings back to walk on all four limbs. Don't miss the life-size Quetzalcoatlus in flight, featured as a skeleton cast in the dinosaur gallery. So I'm going to just take you guys briefly through this gallery, and we will hopefully get to come back here as a class, but if not, in between, you guys should come and explore with your families. And as we move through our gallery, they're taking us through additional land masses that were just thousands of years ago, all the way to hundreds of years ago. We notice that we even have the missions there at the top at present time. So these evidences of history, you guys can come and explore more. It's that law of superpositioning that really teaches us or shows us the evidence of ancient times. Here we have some of the largest animals to live in North America, populated the area known as the West Texas during the Cretaceous period. These included the Tyrannosaurus rex, the long-necked Alamosaurus sanjuanensis, and the pterosaur Quetzalcoatlus northropi, the one that we saw earlier. These were during the late Cretaceous, and so that's 72 to 66 million years ago. Uplift from the Rocky Mountains resulted in the Texas coastline extending further southeastward, causing the Big Bend region to emerge as a dry river valley with seasonal floodplains. Check out this vertebrate. The vertebra and tail stretches right over top of me. And we know that that's that Tyrannosaurus rex. We have on the other side some of the first Texas dinosaurs. The Acrocanthosaurus was named after the extremely long spines that run along the top of this dinosaur. It's the top of the dinosaur's back, hips, and tail. The spine served as attachment points for powerful neck, back, and tail muscles, which may have been useful in grabbing, holding, and eating its prey. We can explore a whole lot more, including some of these, the deep ocean prehistoric animals, as well as the king of crocodiles. This is far larger than the crocodile that we were reading about just today in the Science News for Students. And we're going to move through this corridor. Here we have in ancient waters, we have some recognizable organisms. The ancient leatherback, we have a current day leatherback turtle. The Protostega was the genus of sea turtle that lived throughout that late Cretaceous period. And it has the upper shell. It lacks bony plates. It made it lighter and quicker, but also more vulnerable to predators. Its diet probably consisted of slower moving sea creatures like jellyfish and shellfish. We know that our sea turtles still today eat jellyfish. Shells and flippers. The Toxochelys was the most abundant sea turtle in the late Cretaceous seaways of North America, and they strongly resemble the modern day loggerhead. Loggerhead sea turtle gets its name from having the very, very strong skull that that was able to bump up against the logs floating down in the rivers from the forestry industry. When you come here, you can spend time exploring the deep ocean. They've given us styluses so that we're not touching it. And I'm not going to take time to look at that, but that would be something I'd recommend strongly. And ruler of the sea, the Tylosaurus lived in the shallow seas covering much of Texas about 90 million years ago during the Cretaceous period. And this marine predator achieved worldwide distribution before coming extinct just 66 million years ago. And what kind of diet did they have? What did dinosaurs eat? And here we have, again, looking at some of our most ancient squid, fossil squid, ammonites. Ammonites were free-swimming invertebrates that lived in the ancient seas 240 to 66 million years ago. So even earlier than dinosaurs. And these fossil squid or ammonites belong to a group of predators known as cephalopods. Cephalopods is going to involve that there's going to be a centralized nervous structure. And those relatives current day are octopus and squid and cuttlefish. Okay, ammonites lived out inside coiled shells as well as straight shells. Could go into that dinosaur lab and explore more. Notice that they have closed down the touch features of this